Welcome to 2 Minutes with the Pros. Today I'm with Dr. Ed Dow. Ed is our subject matter expert in evidence-based offender assessment tools. And we've certainly talked a lot about the priority that offender assessment seems to have today in corrections agencies across North America and certain other regions of the world. As a starting point, when an agency has really now said, okay, we have to action this this year, it's in our operational plan, what really is a typical starting point for an agency? What do you recommend?
It really depends on what part of corrections you're focusing on. If you're looking at the institution side, you need to look at the policy and procedures to find out who you can actually access as far as the offenders go. Once you do that, you can assess them, figure out which ones are the lower risk to higher risk, and then if you're looking at reducing offender populations, you would start with the lower risk offenders. It's a way to prioritize the people that you're going to try to push out into the community.
So it sounds like certainly there's a fair degree of upfront planning. Is there tie-ins with other agencies as well? If you're going to move someone from institutional into the community, is there planning and coordination that's required there?
Typically, it depends on the system. When you move somebody from an institution to the community, there is that transition to the parole or probation agent. Oftentimes what will happen is that parole agent will try to do an assessment of what's coming onto their caseload so that they know how to better handle that person, the offender, when they get into the community.
So once you pass the planning process up front, is the actual process of doing an assessment on an offender, is that time consuming or is it fairly straightforward?
It can be. It runs between probably 15 minutes and 40 minutes depending on the type of tool that you're using. But when you put the amount of time into context, you spend a little time up front, and that information that's generated will help drive how you're going to supervise that person, what kind of programming you're going to put that person in, what kind of risk is that person going to present. Those kinds of things. A little bit of time up front saves a lot of time down the line.